Frith, hope all is well. This video, I just wanted to do the rude Staður and movements from a seated position. So, if you're at work or if you're in a wheelchair and you don't have the use of your lower body, you could still do the Staður and movement. So I'm just going to go through it really quick. The Feyu, of course, this way or that way again, and the movement is the same, right? Breathing in, exhale. Urus, you're just bending over, creating that arch to your arms. And the movement again. Inhale. Thurzas. And the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Ansuz. And then just side to side. Let the breath just be natural with this movement. With Raido, so you create that. And you just do those movements back and forth. And you can do just natural breathing, or you can do an inhale and do 4, or some sequence thereof. You can do 6 or something, just 6 movements. And the same with the exhale. Kanaz. Movement. Inhale. And then you're exploding from here. And again, switch which arm is up. You can also just do this movement. Gabo. So the Staður and then the movement. And then the same, so with Wunyo, and then the movement. Hagalas. Movement and the Staður are the same. Nadis. Make sure to switch, and then with the movement. And then Isa. Creating that straight pillar. Breathing in and exhaling. And then for the Staður, you can do just the extended Isa or just down at your side. Relaxed state. Yara. So with the Staður, right, you can do the side out here, switching of course, or you can have it so that it syncs up with the movement. And then reversing it. Pertho. With the Staður, with the sitting Staður, you're just kind of naturally in it with your legs and arms. And as for the movement, inhale, exhale. As you expand your lungs. And of course, with these movements, you do for at least a minute or so. Do the movements and just work your way up to however long you want to work your way up to. So I was. So you have the movement. Usually I do the tailbone, but since you're stationary here, just work on this. And then if you have the ability to just work on imagining that you're tucking your tail, letting it sink, and then pulling it up, sink, pulling it up. Algies. And then the head, And that's for the posture, the stada. And then Sowilo. So you're working on, again, that serpentine movement. And even if you don't feel like you're doing it, just imagine that you're working slowly up, right? And then for the stada, is sinking back. Tiwas. And for the movement, it's just you can sink and drop. Drop. Right in your shoulders. Drop. Drop. Prakana. So basically the posture, you could be, just like this or like this, and just imagine that you have the second. As for the movement, start with the lower part of your spine, so you just so you're making that first part of the B shape, and then work your way up to your chest, which creates that second. If you can do this, but it's not necessary, just if you can come down in here and give that twist, and then that movement, you'll create the M shape for Awas. But otherwise, just twisting the spine, and then pushing up and extending, and then collapsing, kind of pushing your back out. And this is basically the same thing as cat-cow in Hatha yoga tradition. Manaz, just come and work on the upper part of the spine just by doing subtle movements, and this works for the posture as well. Or you can come here and have your legs as the lower part. And then I also do it this way as well, which some people have as dagas, but laguz is just creating. So it's the so with Sowilo you went like this with your spine. With laguz, it's going this way, right? Creating that kind of watery movement, and just go with it. It doesn't have to look pretty. Just imagine that you're doing that with your spine. And then with Ingwas, so make circular motions this way, the opposite. And then also like a spinning top. So you're stationary here and you're going in a circular movement here. I mean, just you can imagine, just sense of water going down a drain or a tornado or something, just spinning. And then as you do the movement, slowly work to your stillness. And as for the stada, just basically like this, you make that diamond shape with your arms. With the gauze again, crossing arms like this to create that sideways hourglass. You can also cross your arms that way, of course, but I use that for manaz myself. And then for the movement, you just create that sideways hourglass movement, a figure eight, and then just reverse it. And originate the movement from the elbow, so then it fully kind of extends everything that's going on. And then for Ofala, just having it above your head. And then for the movement, it's just stretching up and sinking down. Stretching up and sinking down. And then I always suggest that after going through the whole movement, just stay in stillness. Come into Isa and just rest in that space. Allow your body to relax. Just connect with what's going on. Check on your balance. Check on how you're grounded. If you, even if you don't have use of your legs, it's still helpful if you can plant your feet and really try to imagine the energy rooting down through your feet. Because this energy is still flowing. It's just, whatever happened that caused you to not be able to use that lower part That's on the physical side, but from the energetic perspective, there's still things flowing through. You know, the blood's flowing. There's still nerves going. So anyhow, yeah, I hope this helps with working with seating, stada, and movements. So next video, be well and be blessed.
Odin, Thor, Freyr, Freya, Sif, Frigga.